Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. Sometimes I turn this camera on and I look at myself. I'm like, whoa, these people must love you because you look like, look at this guy. Say good morning. Oh, okay. I know. It's like in my eye and up my nose. It's like my kids. Anyway, I'm like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's caffeine. Yes. So since we've been talking about sociopaths and narcissists, people have messaged me a lot of questions. They're trying to figure out, first of all, they're trying to figure out if they're in a relationship or friendship with somebody who is actually a sociopath. But there's a lot of self-awareness going on. A lot of people saying, I might be one of these people. Some of the things you talk about, I'm like, I do that to people and I don't want to do that. If we can change one person with what we're doing with Coffee Talk, we win. Because changing the behaviors of a sociopath or a narcissist is like pretty much me winning the gold medal in any sort of track and field type thing where I have to run, basically. So almost impossible. So they asked if I would share more red flags. So I was trying to think this morning, like, what are some other red flags? And I realized some behaviors that I can point out to you. Now, not every sociopath or narcissist uses these types of behaviors, but some of them do. They are obsessed with controlling the energy between them and their victim, or them and their person they're dealing with, okay? Obsessed with controlling the energy, which means they need to maintain control in some way. So here's what they typically do. If it is a romantic relationship, they build you up with sexual like flattery and interest, and they can't keep their hands off you. Once they have you, they begin to pull that back, okay? Thus starts the shift in control, the shift in energy. They start pulling it back, almost making you crazy for feeling, hold on. Okay. Almost making you feel crazy for wondering why they're not initiating sex with you anymore, why they're not lavishing you with attention anymore. They start to call you names. You're so needy. You're a whore. Why are you always climbing on me? Nobody, okay? When I was with my ex-boyfriend, he did this to me. In the beginning, he was all about me. And then it all changed. And I went through a phase. Like the first phase was like, why isn't he ever touching me? Maybe he doesn't want me. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe he doesn't love me. I'm not attractive enough. I tried losing weight. I tried being prettier. I tried being funnier. I tried being quieter. Nothing worked. Then I started trying to initiate sex with him. And he would be like, oh, you're so aggressive. He literally said to me, no man will ever love you because you are too manly. You want sex like a man. That is gross. Get off me. Well, guess what? When you are broken and someone is filling your cracks with that type of talk, it becomes the glue that holds you together. You start to believe it. And I know some people are like, I would never believe that about myself. Never say never. Never say never. So I legit was like, oh my God, I'm too aggressive. I'm like a man. No one's ever going to love me. This is awful. And that shift has nothing to do with sex and everything to do with control and power. And once they flip it and you fall into it, you see, the only thing that makes it work, the only thing that makes it a successful campaign for them is if you start believing it and you try to initiate sex because you believe that the physical somehow affirms that they love you, and you equate, they're using the sex as sort of the gauge, right? So if you equate sex with love, they know that, they withhold it, they win. The best thing you can do in that situation is stop initiating it. Don't even bring it up. Make like it's the last thing on your mind. You don't need it. You don't care. You just happy to have them sitting on your couch eating your food. Don't even, and then they'll tell you you're crazy and start accusing you of cheating on them, which is a whole, that'll be another topic. When you're in a friendship with a sociopath or a narcissist, they will also, like, you'll become their best friend, right? These are people who meet you and immediately cling on to you. They can't, where have you been their whole life? They can't do anything without you suddenly. You're the best friend they've ever had. They've never connected with anyone the way they connect with you. Suddenly you are besties. They're tagging you in every post on Facebook. As long as you're doing what they want you to do, everything is perfect. And other friends start to go, dude, what are you guys married? Like, what's going on with you two? And you're like, what? She loves me. We're besties. And your other friends are like, it's a little creepy. It's a little stalkerish. Like, all of a sudden she's all in your life, going to date night and like hanging out with your friends. And you're like, yeah, what do you mean? And they're like, all right, let's see how this plays out. Because other people can see the creepiness. You can't. And your contribution makes everything in their life better. It's the same thing. And then once they have you in that space, the shift starts. The shift starts. And you get all caught up in it. And then they begin to pull it back. And when you're like, I thought we were hanging out. What happened? I thought we were whatever. Or suddenly they stop asking you to do things, or you start asking them to do things and they have an excuse for everything why they can't do it. You start catching them in lies. That's a big one. The friends that are sociopaths, start catching them in lies. Oh, I can't because I have to go to Florida. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you see them on Facebook, like at a bar downtown, just like with a new friend. And you're like, that's weird. That doesn't look like Florida. That looks like Odie's. So weird. The sharts, totally different topic. Thus starts the shift, and you begin to feel ghosted and wonder why and this is how they shift power, and it becomes a thing. And then all of a sudden they're like, she's obsessed. She's crazy. Like, I never wanted to be like all up in her life like that. I just wanted to hang out. And then they move to the new friend. It's all about control. They thrive on control. If you can here's the thing. Everyone's like, okay, Jamie, I get it. But now I'm there. I'm in that space. So here's the thing. The reason we do these videos is to make us more self-aware. So you can see the red flags when they pop up, right? The first step in any of this is admitting that you are not so special that if they have done this to people before you, that they will not do it to you. See, that's their gift. Okay, my gift is creating commercial content. Their gift is making people believe, one-on-one, that they pour into them and lavish with them with attention and put them in every post on social media. And they're so grateful and they're so in love with them. And then 3 months later, they're completely gone. That is a red flag. If you see it and you're going, oh my God, I'm in a friendship with someone like this. I'm in a relationship with someone like this. Don't panic. Be aware. They are going to try to shift the control soon. You've got to not use your emotions, use your intelligence. You've got to outsmart them at their own game. And if you are in the situation where it's already happened to you, you're like, oh my God, this is where I am right now. I'm chasing my tail. I'm miserable, blah, blah, blah. Get out now. There is nothing salvageable about it. They will leave you completely ghosted, and you will be empty and alone and miserable, and your friends around you will be like, dude, you didn't see that coming? That was ridiculous. Today, get out. If you can't physically get out, mentally get out. As soon as you cut them off mentally, you've taken the oxygen out of the room for them. They literally cannot function. If they cannot control you, they cannot function. Get out now. Okay, it's hump day. I love you so much today. Have a great day.